Next is Venkat, who is going to talk about how all of these things are going to be delivered to very large population. He's going to talk about the wireless technology, enabling education, healthcare, energy, and all those things.
Thanks, Acha. Good afternoon, everyone. Boy, tired and hungry. I realize that I'm standing between you and having lunch and going home, so I'll try to keep it short. Today, I'm going to talk about broadband connectivity in India and the growth and what are the challenges we have. So before that, we'll give a little bit of agenda. We'll do an introduction about Posedge, the company that I come from, that I co-founded, and India broadband growth, and the technologies that enable the broadband. A lot of people covered it, and the Posedge product relevance, and the standards and partnership. So, Posedge, we've been hearing from Lipu and Raj. A lot of people have been mentioning about doing a differentiated, innovative product out of India, and we are proud to say that we fit to the bill, and we've been doing a lot of innovative products. We're developing the complete end-to-end solution. There have been IP companies, but they've been doing piecemeal, but we focused on end-to-end solutions, and from RF to digital to software, and protocol level differentiation, and we implement the SOCs. So in that way, we are good. So next thing is, before we talk about the broadband on the Indian market, how is the Indian mobile market? Like 15 years ago, it was very tough. When I was in college, basically very few people used to have telephones or stuff. It used to take months to get a telephone connection and things like that. But the good thing is that mobile explosion happened, and India caught the bandwagon and just ride the wave. And now, boom, in 15 years, you have 1 billion subscribers. So this is good for a basic connectivity. You got a lot of people, remote areas connected with cell phones. But what happened to the broadband side? If you look at it, I'm not sure whether you can look at it very closely, but India, in that chart, has about 11 million broadband connections to the date, or when the research was done. So this is about 1% of the population of the whole thing, right? Compared to like US and other things, about 50% they have the broadband connections. And the broadband speed, if you look at again, South Korea and other Asia Pacifics, they have 15 megabits of thing, whereas India again comes to like 120th position and about 1 megabit for the average. So if you combine these things, India is faring pretty bad in the broadband. And why we need broadband, I think Professor Raghavan and like even my other esteemed colleagues, they covered this. So we need broadband. It enables the distance education, like Professor Pathak was mentioning, having Akashas and having and remotely training the teachers and stuff like that, and remote healthcare. Anirandhan covered that, and access to government services, e-commerce, and if you see in all of it, when you have the increased broadband access, the GDP has been pretty good in the other countries. So what's the thing in India? India is about 65% rural and 35% urban, and it's a low density silo thing. And you could think that, okay, we got the mobile connections, so why can't we just write that one and get the broadband also on it? It's not easy. You need to upgrade the mobile infrastructure every often and then. It becomes cost prohibitive. It only covers short distance, and you need to provide a mesh kind of things. So what's the thing? What is the requirement? Again, Professor Raghavan covered that Indian government is doing this fiber networking thing for 25 or 250K villages, but that gets to that level. But you still have to cover the last 10 kilometers, and we need to get at least 10 megabits when you call this broadband connectivity. And we need the solutions that are very low cost, low overhead, and kind of self-organizing. So enabling technologies, what are the technologies that can enable this last mile? So obviously there is Wi-Fi, everybody knows, it's ubiquitous, it's everywhere. But again, you can create the hotspots, it's not too far, it covers like maybe 300 to 500 meters. Then there is a wireless, the TV white space, DSS-based things, and IEEE 802.11.22, which is again based on wireless LAN, but uses the TV white space spectrum, and the proprietary solutions like line of sight, non-line of sight, MIMO, FDM, and 10-kilometer range access. So what is these things done in other countries? Yes, like Argentina is deployed very well. And there were case studies done in India as well that shows that the Wi-Fi with some customization can go up to 10 kilometers or 100 kilometers. So, so that is there. So again, the applications, as long as you give it to $10 to $20 per year, you get unlimited voice and data. There is a lot of applications you can enable it for remote, like weather alerts, product spot pricing, and things like that. So again, trying to see how, like what's the work that we've done, how is it relevant here? And the reason why we picked the topic is also because we are working on solving these kind of issues, these kind of bottlenecks in the bandwidth and things like that. And as Raghavan was jokingly said that industry people solve the difficult problems and they leave it to the IT people. So we hired actually a lot of IIT guys so that they can actually solve this kind of impossible problems also. We have the technologies in both baseband and the networking side of it. And our flagship is the new standard in the 11AC side. And that has the MIMO technologies and very relevant to go farther distances. And some of our IP has been deployed and 802.22 and used in hotspots. So I'll skim through this pretty quick. This is the infrastructure again. We have the baseband, we have the networking, things like that. This is one of the things where you can see that there is a LTE, eNode B, and then the Wi-Fi. You can get up to 866 megabits. If you do a 3x3, you can get to 1.3 gigabits. It could be a line of sight or non-line of sight. It's a MIMO OFDM based. We provided solutions for that. Again, this is on the UE side. Again, you have the carrier Wi-Fi. You can provide all this high-speed data rates. And the thing is the backhaul and the carrier baseband. This is used even when the LTE gets overloaded. You need to backhaul, offload that, and do these things. And we provide the LDPC and beamforming technologies. So this is one of the things you see this RF. I can proudly again say that we are probably the number 3 or 4 in the world to have this technology, along with Broadcoms and Qualcomms. So this is a complex piece of things, and we put a lot of energy and thought into it, and made it also go for the longer distance and things like that. And it will be sampling pretty soon. The proprietary standards, I think John mentioned this. We need to participate in the standards, and there should be a reason for making it customized. You just don't go about saying that, okay, India needs a special standard and start from the scratch. That will never work. You basically take a base technology and do a little bit of a customization on top of it. Like, for example, 802.11j, it's a Japan standard that actually reduces the bandwidth a little bit more because of the spectrum that requirements that they have. And China has a WAPI security protocol. They've done it for the reasons. So if you have the standards, and you can compete globally also. If you just make one thing that is only specific to India, you are basically done. You can sell in India, but after that, what's next? So the thing that helps is that you take the base technology from standards, we participate, we do patents, and then you add the top of it, then that will be the success formula. Summary, I would say that you need the inexpensive broadband everywhere, So that will be a reality for the GDP growth for the next wave for India. And then you need to adapt the standards for the Indian environment. And government and private industry collaboration, government is doing up to the fiber networks, and then we can take up the last mile by the other guys. And this will all result in like a lot of domestic equipment manufacturing and provide a lot of chances for innovation in India, which is what the need of the hour is. So with that, I'm pretty much done, and thank you very much.
Thanks, Venkat.